Most people, while trying to start their journey, trying to achieve literally anything, struggle with this one factor, and it's actually really simple to get down: keeping onto a schedule. You don't need discipline to have a schedule, and actually getting onto a schedule and starting one is actually the way that you're going to develop discipline. You'll see what I mean in a second. So let's bring it back to me when I was younger. When I was younger, like, I had a lot of interests and things that I wanted to do that I couldn't really achieve. Like, I wanted to make sure I could help people. I wanted to make sure that I could help myself. I wanted to make sure that, you know, I wasn't just being an empty void and I was actually being like a somewhat useful person. What I was missing was a schedule, because I was only doing it whenever I felt like doing it, and I wouldn't have a routine. See, if you're in this position and you don't actually have determination, will, or a routine around something, you're never actually going to get anywhere with it. You might want to do literally anything, but without those factors, you can't get anywhere in life. You can't lose weight. If you don't have the routine to make sure that, you know, you're doing the correct things that actually let you like make money, well, then you're never going to make any. If you don't have the correct routine to maybe get on schedule to learn a new skill or to do a course in something that you're interested in, well, then the chances are that you're not going to really learn enough to actually get through it all. Getting a routine is actually relatively simple. It comes down to 5 main factors: a goal, a reason, structure, fun, and this is actually sort of a controversial one, but I think it's actually very important: flexibility. So number 1, a goal. You need to have some sort of set goal that you want to achieve within your routine. So the next goal, for example, in my YouTube channel would be to upload and record this video. That's my goal. This is what I'm doing as of this position of this part of my routine. The reason I'm doing it, for me, it's fulfilling my sense of purpose. So the reason why I want to do YouTube is in hopes that sometime in the future I get people coming up to me and essentially saying that I've done something that could help them, and maybe doing some stuff that becomes so big on YouTube that I could actually impact some lives. That's my reason and why I want to do this stuff. Structure. So personally, I upload once every 2 days, and I make sure that I record on one day and edit on another day to try and split some things up. Fun. You need to make sure that what you're doing actually resonates with you. Now, this doesn't mean that you need to like enjoy every aspect of it, but what it does mean is that you shouldn't really be basing schedules around a topic or something in general that like completely doesn't resonate with you at all. Like, for example, I could have a routine in like reading history books. Like, I don't mind reading books, but the part that I really don't resonate with is history. There's nothing there that I can really resonate with and develop a sort of interest in. And therefore it's never going to really be fun for me at any stage. The only part that I might like is the fact that I'm reading, but you know, I could be reading anything else. You need to make a structure around something that resonates with you. For me personally, I really love talking to people on a deep level. Like, it's what I spend most of my free time. If I can, I'll talk to someone on the internet and something, and I'll ask, you know, we'll talk about their problems, and I like talking through with them. And that's why YouTube resonates with me, because I feel like I'm doing a similar sort of thing. And flexibility. Now, this is an interesting one, because you can't, in my opinion, have the entire day be completely structured. If you do, what happens is that there'll be points of the day that you haven't accounted for, and things that you might want to do that will just detract you from your structure. So for example, with me, when you have a structured diet, for example, this is what happened with me. I started to really miss like Asian food. And so what I did was I kept my diet, but I started to shift things around. I would, for example, fit my macros in and develop food that was still healthy and stuff, but I would base it around the context of the food that I wanted. So for example, if I wanted Asian food, I would maybe make something like gochujang chicken. And if I felt like having American food, I'd think about like having like barbecued meat or some kind of, you know, that sort of thing, where you have flexibility inside of your structure to make sure that no matter what you're doing, you can still find a way of being productive and beneficial to your goal while still being able to enjoy yourself. Also, guys, within a structure, I think a really important factor is you don't let diminishing emotions get by with time. So what happens is that if you're telling yourself, I should do this thing, and you start waiting on it, you actually like start to have less and less of a drive to do it. For example, you look at your room and it looks like a mess and you go, I should clean it. But if you wait, if you go, oh, I'll do it in half an hour. In half an hour, actually, you'll have less of a want to do it. And if you keep doing this, you'll have less and less of a want until eventually it completely slips by you. The best way and the way to make things the easiest for you is as soon as you get the impulse to do something, you just do it. Because if you wait any longer, the chances are that you'll actually end up feeling like you want to do it less rather than more. So what should happen is if you implement each and every one of these factors, you have a goal, fun, flexibility, all of those things combined, it makes it much easier for you to just go in, set yourself a schedule, like I'm gonna go do this thing, and just do it. As long as you keep those things conscientious in your mind and you have the structure based around these principles, there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to do it. Anyway, if you enjoyed my content, there is my YouTube channel right there. There are 2 videos right there. If you want to check those out to see if you enjoy the rest of my content. I love each and every one of you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.